Gomphrena?
Gomphrena.
Gomphrena collection. So we're going to get 3 of them for 3 easy payments of $6.56. Now I do know from what you told me earlier is we can see constant color for months, and this is an annual. So other than that, take me through. Boy, they are really cool.
Oh, these are so fun. So you're right, they are an annual. So as we know with our annuals, they give it their all in one season. And so these are really unusual annuals. They're pollinator favorites, but they're so incredibly whimsical. You know, they are so fun in the garden. And look, I mean, they, like I said, they are pollinator magnets. The flowers are about the size of grapes. So they're small flowers atop these really sturdy stems. In fact, they're well known in the craft industry because people love to dry these and then make wreaths or, pressed flower creations. These are so extremely popular in crafts because of their gorgeous little look at that. I mean, that's the size of a grape, that flower, but they're loaded with pollen and they're so much fun the way that they sway in the wind. And so what you see here in that picture is one season. So from the plant that you get home, and I have them and you have them, and likely yours are also blooming. These are annual, so they're ready to go off to the races. So from what you get home in 4 to 6 weeks, they've reached their maximum potential, depending on where you live, because all zones, ship out at different times.
So
But this is what you will get in one season.
oh wow, okay, so all you have to decide is do you want the purple, and that's what I have in front of me. Okay, look at this. This is what's being shipped, and yours might have lots of flowers on it already. Look at this. Already flowers on the one, this one's being shipped. We have fewer than 600 in the purple, and then if you want the pink, it's more limited. So please don't wait. We only have 550 left in the pink, about 600 left in the purple. This is one plant. You will get 3. Each plant, just $6.56 with free shipping and handling. We ship them right out to you. You don't have to worry about going to the garden center in your town that's maybe picked over and waiting in long lines. And Katie, I made a comment to my husband the other day about one of these big box depot stores, and I said something about our plant selection being better, and he said and he pointed out, he's like, and more affordable. He's like, those stores aren't cheap, and he's right. So really we're getting better quality plants for actually less money than you find at a lot of those like hardware stores that also have a plant department. Anyway, I digress. I could talk about that all day. Tell me
Well,
more
and with a
about this.
guarantee.
Yeah, how about it, right? How about it? All right, tell me, I want to know everything about this. It's like the most charming plant.
It is really fun. And I love actually, there's a place in our gardens for annuals and perennials, especially if you're developing a new garden bed or you're a new gardener. Our plants that we put are going to be small and are perennial. So in order to make that garden look fantastic, I suggest that you surround some of your new perennials with annuals. So this year, that garden will look amazing. Next year, as your perennials get bigger, you'll need fewer annuals. And by year 3, that garden will be done and it'll be beautiful. And you can use your annuals in containers. But if you also want to use these in containers, great. I love these in containers. They are drought tolerant. A lot of our annuals are often really, really thirsty. And so if you're someone who doesn't really, want to take the care of always watering your annuals, these are great for you. They also perform in the sun. I know a lot of people on Facebook ask me, can you please call out when something works for our really, really hot zones? So our Las Vegases, our Floridas, our Texas, these are going to be standouts in that really hot heat for you, where oftentimes a lot of our other plants just wilt and don't perform. So drought tolerant, heat tolerant, but they'll work for every part of the country. They are an annual after all, so they give it their all in one season. You're getting all 3 of either color, so you're making a big impact. They take up, you can see here, they get to be about 12 to 15 inches tall, about a similar, width. So if you're planting them in containers, I'd say about a 12-inch container would be beautiful for one plant.
I love the idea of these plants because it looks like those flowers are just sort of floating above. And I mistakenly at first asked, I'm like, were this some kind of allium, like a summer drummer allium or something? Because that's almost what they remind me of. But unlike most alliums, and if you love alliums like I do, you'll love this plant. Katie, this will continue to bloom for many, many months, whereas our alliums, we see them, we love them, and then they're gone. By the time 4th of July comes, most varieties of allium are pretty much done. So I love this idea of just these like little balls of beauty here, like floating above all those leaves. 3 easy payments of
Yeah.
$6.56 with free shipping and handling. How do they do in the wind? We talked about the heat, but for people who live in areas where they get a lot of wind, I'm thinking of like drier
Oh,
winds.
yeah, so these are strong, sturdy stems. And the reason I mentioned that they're great in crafts is because their stems are a little bit malleable. So they can twist and move. So you'll see here how some of them are draping over the edge of that container. Some of them are sticking up tall. So they do just fine in the wind. In fact, I love, it's like a living wind chime almost. The way that they move and sway in the wind, it's like a grass. And I would love to see these planted even with some even taller grasses for a dramatic container.
Oh,
So a
that'd be
potato vine hanging
gorgeous.
over the edge and some grasses in the back. You've got your spiller, filler, and thriller concept right there for one container.
Oh, I love that. Okay, well, that's actually a great idea. I'm taking notes. We're coming up, we're going to do the color changing trace and